What is going on, everybody? Man, we're back on another episode of Millennial Kingdom Solutions, and we have Miss Coach Tomeka James. She has her own digital agency. We're going to be talking about digital solutions, and I'm just super excited to come back another week just to provide value and educate the community on what the marketplace is offering, what people are doing. But I definitely want to step out the way, man. We got Coach Tamika here, and she's going to be talking about some valuable things. So, Tamika, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hey guys, Coach Tomeka James here. I'm based in Miami, but I'm actually from New Jersey.
Let's
And
go.
yeah, I'm just loving this space. I'm a former cosmetologist, so that's what I did most of my life. But where I am right now and what I do is a total spinoff from everything I've ever done.
Wow. So
Yeah.
tell me about the cosmetology. How did you get into that?
Oh my gosh, I started that when I was 12 years old. I realized that I was really creative.
Yeah.
And when people ask me what did I love about the beauty industry, it was making others smile and just seeing them have a great day based upon the beauty aspect of everything. So yeah, I was super creative, created techniques and all sorts of things from the age of 12. Yeah. And I finally got my license when I was 19,
Hmm.
and I was in the beauty industry for in most of my life, doing a lot of things.
Gotcha. So, I remember the last time that we spoke, and I believe we met on Instagram or actually Clubhouse, right? Was
Clubhouse.
it Clubhouse? We met in a room, and we started following each other on Instagram. We were talking about, mini chat. What has transpired from that time we had a conversation till now? Like, are you still helping people with mini chat, automating their social media? Messenger accounts, or like what is that journey look like since the last time we talked till now?
Yeah, still at it. Um, Mini chat is it's a thing that a lot of people still don't know about. It's been around for a little while now, and it allows us to be able to communicate with others without us having to manually communicate. So those who know about it, they're on it. Those who don't need to hear about it, need to know that people can send you a message and they can ask you a question, and we can alert it to know about certain keywords. It'll pick those keywords up and respond according to whatever was in the message. So if a person says that they would like to get on a call with you, you put the word call in, it'll be able to send them an automatic message because it picks up that they put the word call in. So like for me, I have that set up. So if someone DMs me that word, they're going to be able to get my book a call link. So I don't have to manually have to send that to them. So they get to click the link and move on.
So let me ask you this. So you're telling me that because we get hundreds of messages on Instagram, from people, business inquiries, all type of stuff. So you're telling me that if I put in need help with marketing, I'm gonna get an automated message from you, and you didn't even type the message; it just pops up.
Exactly. And marketing would be a word. Yes. Yeah. So
That is crazy.
I can send you a link
Hmm.
to get started. I could send you a website. I could send you a picture of a graphic of something. And
Hmm.
a lot of times there's a combination between the two. Like some people, especially coaches, they're doing like free seminars or sometimes they're paid.
Yeah.
So we can put the graphic in of the actual seminar, and then we can put the link to where they need to click. So it provides like that visual as
Right.
well as that link to get there. Yeah.
Wow. So it's basically streamlining the process where you don't have to do so much work because if you
No.
got you. So because like being an entrepreneur and having multiple business like yourself, you're a very busy woman, and oftentimes you don't have time to respond to different messages and so forth. So basically, was this a system that you created, or like how did that process work?
Oh, it would be nice if I created mini chat, but no, I did not. I just kind of hopped on the wagon. I keep my eyes open and my ears to the streets to see what is out, what's going on. And yeah, it's an amazing tool. For a while, it was in beta stage, so they invited several of us to be able to hop in before it went public. and I was
Wow.
one of those people, which was really cool. And I was able to play around with it before they even started charging, the fees and everything. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from from the time that you were doing mini chat, I know that your expertise have grown. You've gotten a lot wiser. You learn probably processes have got a lot better. Um, what is your experience now? Like, what are you doing now in the marketplace, and how is it benefiting the people?
So I can tell you that what I'm doing now is adding on AI, which
Mm.
is, being able to go into, everyone knows about Chat GPT, but we've
Yeah.
got plenty of other platforms to use. Jasper, we've got Otter, we've got a lot of different types of AI tools to use, but we can use them to generate a message. So I don't have to sit and think about what I want to write. The
Mm.
message could be short, it could be long, it could be detailed. And I'm utilizing these tools allow like me as an agency to be able to generate the message, create captions for our clients and things like that. Now, when I say the agency is
Right.
not at this point, it's not me that's sitting there doing all of this work. So
Mm.
I have virtual assistants that hop in and get the work done for others, especially their social media management. So we
Mm.
utilize all the tools to get the job done so that people have visibility.
Gotcha. You know, Tell me about how are you using your virtual assistants? Like, what is a virtual assistant? Like, how much are you paying them? How did you even start that process? Like, to have someone work on your behalf. Like, how does that work?
So I will tell you this. I actually met someone who already had agents
Mm.
and we connected. So, one of the things that a lot of us try to do is to start from scratch all the time. And
Yeah.
we try to reinvent the wheel. But when I connected, collaborations are amazing. When I connected with this person who was
Mm.
already moving, who already had agents, we work together now. So
Right.
their agents are my agents. I acquire the clients and we get the work done. So, in a nutshell, that's how it works. So, don't
Wow.
think that I was out there going to the other countries, scrounging around looking for the virtual assistants. And some people actually do that. I've
Yeah.
known some people who actually get on a plane and they go over to the other countries, to places like India, Philippines, and different places, and they find their agents, but it doesn't necessarily have to work that way. So, yeah, yep.
Wow. So you're telling me that basically, having virtual assistants has, elevated your business and saved you time. I know that costs money. What are like to the single fathers out there, the single mothers who don't have any time, how can this help them with the business that they're getting off the ground? Because a lot of times single moms are like, man, I just don't have a lot of time. I have a child. I have two kids. I have to come home, cook dinner, clean the house. Like I have to try to get sales in my business and work a full time job. So how can a virtual assistant help them with scaling their business with really no time for themselves? Like how would that work?
Well, in a nutshell, they get their time back. And that's really what we want. We want our time to be able to do what we want to do. And when that is stolen by you sitting there trying to learn something for 3 to 6 hours and then trying to execute and not being sure if you've done it right or wrong, then the frustration comes in. And then it's like, then those who don't have a coach are still confused because they're trying these tactics and they don't know if they worked. So it can literally give them their time back. So with our clients, we hop on calls with the clients when it's necessary. But in the beginning, we talk about what their goals are, what they're
Hmm.
aiming, what they're looking to achieve, what do they already know, what is
Right.
already working, and
Right.
what is it that they really want to see happen. How much
Mm.
time do they have? So we put them in a WhatsApp group and we start to log into their accounts, and then we get into their branding. What colors do they already have? Are they the right colors? Do you have everything you need? You can't really brand yourself well if you don't have the logo already, if you haven't already set up certain things. So we take them and put them in a call, and then and put them in a WhatsApp group, and then we start moving from there. And now we create a plan, because here's the real thing: most people don't have a plan.
Wow.
There are a lot of people that learn how to do things,
Yeah.
But now that you know, okay, now you're staring at the screen. Okay, what do I do with the fact that I just learned how to do this video editing thing? What am
Right.
I editing a video for?
Mm,
So another thing that I love about who I am and what I do is I
mhm.
also am a coach, and I have a group. And those who want to get assistance, they're in the group, they get assistance, they learn what they need to learn and what they're willing to learn. And
Right.
then some of them are my clients. Like they are some of the people who've signed on. They're like, I learned this, but I really don't want to do this.
Mm,
So we've got a percentage of people who take it on and get it. And then there are some others who are like, man, I understand, but I still don't want to do it.
mm.
So we give them their time back.
So it sounds like there is a percentage of people that struggle with execution.
Yes,
That's what it sounds like. And because they struggle with execution, they need someone to leverage to go and manually do the hard labor so that way they can focus on other things that don't require them to think too much.
exactly. You said it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
That's deep, man. That's good stuff. So now that AI has been just this big thing. It's been there's a lot of different tools out there that automate your emails and all these different things. ChatGPT is just it basically takes the brain away. You can literally ask like ChatGPT anything. You can ask it to tell you how to ask a woman out. It'll literally provide you with a script on how to ask a woman out on a Friday night to a romantic dinner. Like it's crazy. I tried it, but I never used it. I just wanted to see what it would say. I may need some tips.
Oh, why don't you try that out? Let's see if ChatGPT can get you a new girl.
But you know what? ChatGPT is dope. So with this, with the digital agency, now let's talk about some of your digital solutions, phones versus just work. Like how is this process working? Like explain to me some of the things that are in your daily. Like how is the digital solutions affecting your clients today? Like what does the outcome look like?
The outcome for them, like what do they get?
Yeah, yeah. So like when they're working with you, like what is it that they're getting? What is it? How are they winning with working with you?
Okay. So you said it in a nutshell, they don't have to think as much. So for instance, just I actually posted this on my social media just last week.
Hmm.
One of the clients, we like for them to give us their own photos if they have any of their work, if they're a service provider.
Hmm.
So one lady, she only had two photos and she said, this is all I have. And here is the message, right? This is what I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
So we took those photos and we grabbed them from her, and then we put some other stock images into the reel that we created for her. So we
Hmm.
took her real photos, and then we grabbed some videos of some people moving around, and just kind of giving it some more substance.
Right.
We put music on it, then we put words on the screen. We expanded upon her message, so she gave us a short message. We
Hmm.
used that, expanded upon it, and then we branded her video, which is putting her logo on it, so
Hmm.
she doesn't have to take time to do that. And then
Wow.
we put once again the music, and then we put a CTA. We always need to have a call to action.
Yeah.
What are we doing this for? You're not posting just to post. You're
Mhm.
you're leading someone to somewhere. Then we sit and we write out their captions. So
Wow.
because of the message, we already know that the caption has to expand upon the message. Then we need the hashtags because hashtags are not dead. People are
Mm.
still helping people to find us. Then the CTA needs to be written in the captions as well. So all of that is done, which would take some people maybe an hour
Yeah.
or more to do one post. So our agents, they grab the info, expand on it, and get it done. And then all they do is hit approve. So our clients, we don't just send things out.
Yeah.
One of the questions I get when everyone gets started with us is, well, like basically everyone wants to know how can they still have control over their own social platform. And we're
Yeah.
like, listen, we're here to add on to what you're doing. You could
Right.
not touch it at all, and
Mhm.
you could still jump in and post in between. It
Mhm.
depends on what you want your aesthetics to look like.
Yeah.
If you want it to be totally neat, you don't want to touch it, then you leave that up to us. But can
Right.
you post in between? Absolutely. So
Right.
we give them their time back.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, over the last 4.5 years, I've been, on social media and posting 3 times a day, like literally for the last 4.5 years, and just being consistent. But social media is a job in itself. I mean, talk about the timing you need to post. I mean, from the branding, you thinking about photo captions. It really takes up so much time in your brain. Where if I didn't have to worry about posting on social media, my messages, my content, like my the other areas of my life could have scaled so much. But you know what? One of the problems was I didn't have a person to actually tell me that this actually exists. You get what I'm saying? I didn't have a mentor to tell me, like, a lot of times these mentors or these people of influence, they keep these processes away from us because they don't want us to grow. Because if we start growing at an expeditious rate that they're growing, then it won't be need for mentorship. So sometimes people want to keep you down, or you're just in this box. And this is why the reason why this platform exists, because I want people to know that, what, there are people that care about your well-being. There are people that care about your growth, and we want to see you, and we don't want to see you at the bottom. I want to see everybody at the top, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I create this platform, to bring the professionals here, so that way they can provide value, but they're still in reach where they can be touched. Because a lot of these mentors, like, they won't give you a phone call. Phone call costs 1,000 an hour. I
Yeah.
mean, mastermind is about 10,000. You get what I'm saying? So I wanted to create a platform where people can still win and get value, but also be able to reach the people that they need to. Because you coming on this platform shows transparency, it shows realness, and now people get to kind of see your character, and they start to realize, like, you know what, she's just a regular person. Like, she just wants to help people, and that's what it's about. It's about the genuineness and getting. Because the thing about it, and I'm gonna stand on this, that the Bible says that people perish because of lack of knowledge. That is the number one killer. People perish because of lack of knowledge. So think about the thousands of people that don't have access to the information that and they are struggling. But if they could just get a drop or a gym or someone to ask questions, their life can instantly go up. And that's what I'm after, because the information is powerful. People want to get rich, they want to be successful, they want to be a millionaire, but they're only information away. They're only a process away from getting it. And I was that person, in the past, that didn't have the right information, was around the wrong people. I didn't start to grasp who I was until I started to surround myself with people with information. So I'm gonna say this last thing before we dive into something else is, if you are the smartest in the room, you're in the wrong circle. Like, you literally have to be around people that are smarter than you, where you feel dumb, where you, like, it's like their mindset is 10 times, they're thinking ahead, right? Because if they are thinking 10 steps ahead and you're next to them, imagine how you're going to be thinking, because they're going to be dropping it right on you, right? So this is powerful. And one thing that I learned from, just like when you were talking about the process, is that your creativity that you said you always had from cosmetology, you have the ability to take something and make it into take nothing and make it into something, and that's powerful. That's what I've noticed from hearing you talk. Like, you have the ability to use your creativity, because you talked about it. You was the girl only just, hey, we only have two pictures. This is all we got. But you added your extra sauce, your knowledge, your flavor, your creativity, and you made it beautiful. And that's dope. So I just want to commend you on that.
Yeah, and my goal also is to bring the creativity out in others as well.
Yeah.
So, like this morning, for instance, before we got on, before we were here, I
Yeah.
was in my mentorship program, and when I teach a lesson, what I like to do is I like to have interaction with my members. So
Hmm.
I give them the lesson, and then I ask them for feedback. What are you, specifically you, going to do with this information? And I like for them to respond, because guess what? Once they respond, it tells me whether they understood what I just said. And we have all of these sessions where people are going in there learning, and sometimes they just don't get it. And guess
Yeah.
what? I know they don't get it by the questions that they ask me or by the responses they give me.
Wow.
So when I'm in that space, I'm like, no, let's clarify what it is that we're talking about here. So I go deeper and I make sure they get it. And then
Yeah.
when they tell me what they're going to do with the info, literally I can say, okay, well, you just said this, but this is what I meant, and this
Mhm.
is what can you can do for you.
Mhm.
So this morning we were doing autoresponders, and I said, how will you use the autoresponder on your social media?
Mhm.
And some of them were not getting it because their responses were telling me, oh, I would say this. No, but that's not what I'm saying. So then when I was able to dig in,
Yeah.
now they got it. And I feel good when I can empower them to use their creativity and to really understand what's going on.
Wow.
And then when they say, well, I get it, I still don't want to do it. Okay, well, then, make sure you make enough money so you can pay someone to get the things done for you without you having to do it.
Mm. Wow. So that was good. So digital, if you can define digital solutions as far as like definition wise, what would digital solutions like mean? Like if you can define it.
Digital is technology, utilizing technology to achieve a result, especially without you having to do it manually.
Gotcha. That's perfect. That was perfect. That was good. Now, for the entrepreneur that is not so good at social media, you know, just goes to work every day, basic life, doesn't really watch the news or all these different things that are coming out. Um, are they missing out on something? Are like what are they missing out on, and how can they get involved? Because a lot of them like, oh, that's too techno. Like, I don't understand this. I don't know how to use computers. I want to build a business. I want to do this, but I really don't understand technology. Like, what would you tell that person?
You have to learn. I mean, if you continuously ignore the fact that there are tools out here that expand your reach, then you're messing up. And literally that's it. Like, social media expands our reach. Now let me tell you, for me personally. So I was in the salon behind the chair, and I did a lot of other things. I traveled the world educating in many cities, states, and countries. So I was able to get a lot of exposure that way. So I moved to Florida a little over
Yeah.
2 years ago, closed the salon. I no longer service clients at all. I live in my house and I work right here in my house. If I don't open up my camera, go live, post a video, send out other types of correspondences,
Yeah.
people would not know what I'm doing. They won't know that I can help them. They won't
Right.
even know that I'm still alive. They won't see if I have progress. They won't see my personality. They won't be able to connect. None of that happens.
Mhm.
I literally work inside my four walls,
Wow.
and I've been able to support myself and live a certain lifestyle. I live in Miami. It
Yeah.
is not $5,
Come on.
it's not $5, and there's always something going on. And
Yeah.
we have to make some choices about what kind of lifestyle that we want to live, which is what I teach first. Decide what you really want and let all of the other pieces fall in place. Because the bigger that your dream is,
Hmm.
the more there's more to do. But does it all have to be you? The
Yeah.
answer is no. So we have to know how to work smarter and not harder. So we got to use these tools to get to the life that we decided that we're going to live in. It has to be a decision. Those who are just waking up every day and just saying, oh, I'll just do a little something, I'll start this business, it doesn't really matter, and you haven't decided on what that's going to look like, it's hard to achieve it.
Hmm. Wow, that's a good point, man. You know, we want to live the life that we want to live. You living in Miami, and that just shows like you're working hard towards something, but you also streamline a lot of process, so you still have a life. You're still able to do the things that you want to do. Now, my next thing is for let's say the nail tech, okay, the nail tech and a real estate agent. How can digital solutions help them? Like, if you were sitting down with a real estate agent and a nail tech, how would you help them streamline their business just using your creativity, freestyling right now? Like how would you help them how would you, like, what's an instant solution that you know that can help them save time, where the real estate agent can, go do more showings without having to do so much marketing, but also the nail tech that's out there, like, trying to promote herself but still trying to be busy in the shop? Like, what would be your solutions instantly?
Okay. Either we're going to use some stock footage first and foremost so that they don't have to generate any, or I'm going to ask them to shoot a few videos and then send them over. And then we're
Mm.
going to take them and we're going to cut them up and use them multiple times. So
Woo.
I really, yeah, because, one piece of content that
Yeah.
if you shoot a video for at
Mhm.
least 5 to 10 minutes, I mean, reels are what, up to 90 seconds, right? So
Right.
can you imagine how many times we could use that one piece of content? So just
Wow.
shoot us a piece of natural content, you and your natural element,
Mhm.
doing what you do. Show us where you are, where you go, and
Yeah.
let us take that and break it up. That's the
Wow.
easiest way that we can work with someone. And we're
Mhm.
asking them, what are your goals, and what is it, who are you talking to? And
Yeah.
what do you want them to know? And what do you have that's available? And
Right.
now we're going to make sure that people see them,
Mhm.
understand what they have to offer, and give them that visibility. Yeah.
Mhm. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is some game, man. I hope everybody out there is getting some value, because I'm over here just amazed at just what's being said. Content is king, and or queen, as you would say. One thing I would say just from hearing you is you gotta be willing to put yourself out there. You gotta be willing to um, turn on the camera and just record your natural self. You'd be surprised in your natural environment on a daily, the things that you do daily, how many people will be entertained at the fact of your daily routine. Like, there's so many different videos, Instagram. I'll be like, man, they're literally recording themselves, wake up, get dressed, eat breakfast, and go to work. But it's content and it's
Mhm.
amusement, because we are visual creatures. We like to see things, and it's like, oh, I can relate to them getting up, going to work, eating. I can relate to that. So you create. So would you say content is created to be relatable? Why is content created? Like, what would you say? Like, what is the purpose?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. The word relatable is the key word.
Hmm.
When people get to see how you speak, which some people don't like how they speak, they don't like their voices, they don't like things about their faces, all sorts of things that people are, these limiting beliefs, they're telling themselves these things that shut them
Yeah.
down before they get started. So, what was I saying? Basically, a lot of people are putting their own foot in their own way.
Wow.
That's what they're doing, and it's just really sad. So I hate that that happens.
Yeah.
So they have an individual has to show up, be yourself, your
Mm.
natural self, and the person that has been waiting all their life to hear your sound of your voice, the way that you communicate, the thing you have to offer, and how you can assist them personally. They've
Yeah.
been waiting for you. You just
Wow.
have to show up in front of them and they have to feel that connection. It
Yeah.
can happen in person, it can happen online. That's what people are waiting for. Where's my person?
Yeah.
Supposed to be the one there for me.
Wow. Wow. So from that, I got you'll never know who your people are unless you turn that camera on. Like,
Yeah.
you'll never know who your tribe is. You know what I'm saying? Because if you never try, then there'll be no audience. How do you identify your audience if you never say something, speak, turn on that camera, go to an event? Um, I mean, you have to make an attempt. And even if you miss, even if you only touch one person in the room,
Yeah.
I rather touch that one that actually needed it, than some people that actually didn't need it. So that was good. This was really good, and this is a lot. This is a lot of value. I think this is a very impactful live, and I'm just excited about the workshop. If you guys out there are just viewing this, and you guys are just learning some information, something that you didn't know, we're having a workshop where I'll let Coach Tomeka speak about it. But this workshop is going to be very impactful. It's going to help. It's going to help a lot of people. It's going to give you some tools and resources But not only that, it's going to bring you some information because we want to see people win at a high level. But first, it starts with you knowing how to execute, knowing how to network. We didn't get to where we are just by sitting down. We had to do a lot of massive work. We had to invest in ourselves. But the greatest thing that I would say that someone didn't give me was a mentor, and I want to make sure that I'm bringing mentorship to the people so that way you guys can grow and get to that level that you guys are getting. So, Coach Tomeka, talk about the workshop and some of the things that I know it's a surprise, but talk about some of the things that you want the people to learn from this workshop, which is this Saturday.
Yeah, I want everyone to understand that there is a starting point, and some people have started, but some things are not, they're not, they haven't been done well. So if you understand the things that you need before you get started, you can feel confident that you're on the right track. So branding is super important. I know it's a word that everyone hears often, but the question is, are you branded? Do people recognize you when you show up? Do they understand that you are on the scene because of the things that you've been consistently doing? But if
Yeah.
you don't know what to do, you can't even start your consistency anyway.
Mm.
And then I want to move into, what does it look like to utilize some of the tools that'll help to make your life and your job easier? This social media thing is not necessarily as bad as most people think. And as a coach, the one thing that I like for everyone to do is to understand, when you spoke about knowledge earlier, when
Yeah.
you have knowledge and you know what to do, it
Mm-hmm.
keeps you from doing what you shouldn't do. So now
Mm.
you understand the path to go on instead of just randomly doing things. So now
Wow.
you have a basis to work with. You
Yeah.
feel confident. Confidence is once you understand something. Fear is only in place because of something you don't know. So now
Wow.
when you know what to do, you'll also know what not to do. And now you can get moving. I can't help anyone until they are willing to get rolling. You
Yeah.
got to get the wheels rolling. As soon as they're rolling, now
Yeah.
you have something to look back at and say, oh, I did that like that. Now we talk about how that thing can be approved, but you
Right.
can start. So my job is to give the confidence through the information first and foremost. And the confidence, I'm telling you, it starts to grow. Like it just pops out. I have people who are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
I also will be showing how to, those who don't have the confidence to get on camera, some of the things that you can do to
That's the key.
showcase your business without you being present. I'm super proud of one of my current members who just sent me a message and said, "Hey coach, how did I do?"
Mm.
And what I did was I showed them how to put a voice
Mm-hmm.
to their message without it being their voice. We have a lot of people who are speaking with like broken dialect, like, you
Yeah.
know, people who just came into the country really trying to figure out how to grow their business, but they feel like, okay, I say these words but I don't speak, you know, proper English.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't have to be the one speaking. I'm
Right.
going to show how do you actually put a voice on your message that sounds like you
Mm-hmm.
or someone else. It doesn't have to sound like you, that gets your point across without you having to speak, so
Right.
people can start showing up. I just want you guys to have a way to show up, whether it's you, your voice, or not. Let's do
Wow.
it.
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Y'all heard it, man. Coach Tamika's about to go in this Saturday. She's about to deliver. You guys need to show up. This is something that is going to be important. I know a lot of people, especially my followers, afraid to get on the camera. They don't want to show their face, don't want to speak to the public, don't want to speak at all, don't want to network, don't want to do none of that. It's time that you break out. It's time that you break out of that shell. It's time that you develop the confidence that you need to get where you need to go. Because if you stay where you are, it's kind of like, can you imagine a caterpillar that never developed into a butterfly? That's
No.
that that's not a stage that you want to stay at. Like, there's a process that you have to go through, and that process is actually going from that cocoon into breaking out. Many of you guys are still at that caterpillar stage. You want to enter into that cocoon, but you don't want to enter the process, because in that process you have to be developed. That's where the transformation takes place. And a lot of you guys, the transformation is sometimes painful. But do you know that on the other side, see, once you enter in the once you are in the process, there ain't no going back. You might as well stay. You might as well stay there, because when once you actually get out of that and you break out, you flying, right? So I want you guys to get excited, because we about to, man, we about to kill it. Coach Tamika's about to go in. Coach Tamika, you want to give them, your Facebook information, Instagram, so they can contact you if they want to ask questions or anything like that.
Yeah, so I'm Tameka James everywhere.
Okay.
Tomekajames. So,
There you go.
that was one way I decided to brand myself. So I created myself as a brand.
Yeah.
So it's easy to find me. So if you were to Google me, if you were to go to any of the platforms, I've solidified my name. And I hope that everyone else decides to do that as well. And
Yeah.
some people, you're a little late to the bus. So someone took your name already. And now you have to add these other characters and these underscores and all these other things. So we got to be quick to the draw. So that's
Ooh.
basically, what I want to share. Now, how else can you get in touch with me? My website is coachtamikajames.com. And yeah. And I have an Instagram page with Coach Tomeka James as well. But yeah, let's just start with Tomeka James and let's get connected. And I'm excited to be here for everyone.
Awesome, awesome, man. Well, you guys heard it. I don't want to, be too long. You guys have got some valuable information. See, there's a couple of viewers here. I want to thank everybody that's actually tuned in with me and Coach Tamika. This is gonna be really exciting. I'm really excited about what's going to go forth. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Until this Saturday, share it with a friend. Share it with your family. Share it with someone that you feel that needs this information. A flyer will be out during the week. You guys, make sure you guys join Millennial Kingdom Solutions as the group, so you guys can stay updated on our new speakers that are coming in. Follow me on social media, Torian Wood. I don't have to, ain't no coach there. It's just Torian. It's just me until further notice. And you guys have a blessed Monday. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Have a great day.